Do you believe that like every goalkeeper has something wrong with him?
Honestly, yeah. Personally, bro, I love getting hit super hard by a ball.
Yeah, see, there's something wrong with it. You're not the tallest goalkeeper. So was there ever like insecurity?
I can't change my height. God bless me with the height I'm at right now, and that's all I can do. I just have to be positioned perfectly to make saves. You could have a 6'4" goalkeeper, but have shit footwork, be able to make saves in the air, but can't get down to the ground.
What age should I start? Like that, your mentality, if I want to play pro?
It starts then. You should start investing in your mind, learning about discipline, time organization, what you eat, how much you sleep, when you train. It's such like an important thing for kids to learn, but they'd rather do different stuff. You want to be a pro, your life is invested to becoming a pro player.
That's the reason why 5% of high schoolers play collegiately, 0.01% play professionally, because not everybody can really understand it at a young age or really take in that advice. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Rafael Espinoza. I'm with
Miguel Espinoza,
my co-host. And today we have a really special guest. For me, I've been trying to have this guy on for a while now. I just found out recently that what I've been calling him isn't his first name, actually. We'll let his first name be unknown. Andre Flores, creator of AFC. My teammate, goalkeeper at Concordia University. Welcome, dude.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. I'm hyped to be on and have a conversation with both of you. You guys are great people, and I'm just got to get into it. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, bro. So, kind of gave you the rundown before the pod, but basically, I kind of get a little bit more into your life, soccer specifically. If there's anything in particular that you want to emphasize at any point, feel free. But let's just start, dude. Let's start from the very beginning. Or did you grow up in a soccer family? Did you have did your dad play? Or
Yeah. So I grew up. Soccer's obviously like the number one sport that we all like grew up playing, and my dad was like definitely like that's the sport you're gonna play, and but he was like really into like mountain biking, like adventure stuff, like in the mountains and like doing a whole bunch of races. So I grew up kind of doing soccer at like an early beginning. I started at like 4, but I only played rec until I was like about like 13, 14. So like really like a long time until I like went to Laguna United. Do you guys know of Laguna United? Yeah. So I played there for a really long time as well. But I started young, was around a whole bunch of rec teams, not really just training on my own outside of the garage, bouncing it off the curb and everything, just doing that stuff. Didn't really have a lot of friends that played soccer. Everybody that I grew up with in Rancho Santa Margarita, if you guys know where that's at, it's like a little bit more down south of Orange County. They just like played baseball, football, like everybody that I hang out with did not play soccer. But I was the one that played soccer, so it was just me on my own playing and all that. And did karate as well. I'm a 2nd degree black belt in karate.
No way.
Yeah.
When did you stop?
I stopped when I was 13 too. So I was actually I did it for 10 years, and I did that. I was on the U.S. national team. I was going to like Junior Olympics, U.S. Open, and all that.
In karate?
In karate,
No way.
I was competing against like kids from Japan, Bosnia, like all over the world, dude. Yeah. So I was doing that. And then there came a point where it was like 3 days a week karate and then 2 days a week soccer. And it came a point where I was like, I had to choose one or the other because karate was going to be in the Olympics. I think it was 2022 or 2024. One of those 2 Olympics is when karate was going to get like taught in. So it was going to be like, I either choose full soccer or I either choose full karate. And I was like, you know what, like, I'm not trying to do karate for my whole life. So yeah, I chose soccer, and then from there, like the passion kept growing. I started getting noticed by Laguna United. I came on. I was a striker and a goalkeeper. So I'd be goalkeeper the first half and then striker the second half if we were doing good.
When you started, did you like start as a goalkeeper or you just started anywhere?
Oh, dude, I was midfielder and striker. Those are my 2 things.
And at what point did goalkeeper get introduced? At when you were 13? Or?
Yeah, like 12, 13, I started wearing gloves all because of like a bee sting, bro. I like got stung by a bee and I had gloves in my backpack, and I started just wearing gloves after I got stung by a bee, and I just would not take them off. Like I just would wear gloves to training because I was scared to get stung again, and just wore them all the time. And then my coach was like, you know what, just get in goal. You're wearing gloves, just get in goal. And I ended up being good at goalkeeper, so that kind of like messed me up and like a little bit because I wanted to play on the field, but ultimately that was like the position.
Do you think the karate like what you learn in karate kind of help translate into goalkeeping?
Oh,
Or not so
100%. Yeah, dude. Karate is like all discipline if it comes down to it. Like you walk into the dojo, you have to bow, take off your shoes, you have to sit down. You're always listening to like a whole bunch of older people, like an older sensei, we called him. And you just have to respect one another, control of emotions and everything like this. So I think, and like flexibility and all that, but I think karate really kind of developed me into like a person and an athlete within the discipline side of things. Because I was like a crazy kid and just like super disrespectful and was off the walls and everything. And my parents put me in karate to kind of teach me that discipline. And it instilled in me like the work ethic, and it's just a lot of repetition and a lot of the same repetition. So that's why I kind of got bored of it. It was like doing the same thing 3 days a week for like 10 years. But ultimately, like to be good at anything, you have to do the same thing a lot of times for a long time. And I think that's just, it instilled that kind of mindset in me, and just becoming more of a like a discipline based kind of athlete was from karate, and that just went into soccer.
Your dad, why was he so like firm on like you're going to play soccer? He grew up
Yeah, he grew up playing. He grew up playing in Mexico. He was playing in the Sunday leagues when I was younger too. Like they would just, you know how Sunday leagues are. They'd go at halftime, drink a couple beers, and they go back out. So that's what he was doing. But I just grew up around it. My grandpa loved the game. My mom's side, my grandpa loved the game as well. So I think he just wanted to. He wanted me to do something I liked, but obviously like, when you're in a Mexican family, like soccer is going to be the thing you like, nothing else. So he just instilled that in me. He wanted me to just try everything. Yeah. I tried a whole bunch of different types of things, but ultimately, dude, who doesn't love soccer? So pick soccer.
Hopefully everybody listens to this.
Yeah, 100%, right? Yeah.
So then you're at Laguna United. How long were you there for?
I was there for 4 years. 4 years, a couple different coaches, but ultimately, you know Edgar? Edgar on our team. I met Edgar there. I've been playing with him since I was in like high school, dude. A long time. And I just started developing more as a goalkeeper in that sense. I stopped playing as much forward and midfielder and just started to become more goalkeeper. I was still using my feet a lot, but I was just trying to I never had private training growing up. And especially as a goalkeeper, I really think that's like needed to develop your game into like a complete like foundational goalkeeper with a lot of skill sets, and like just understanding different situations and what to do in this situation, one-on-ones, crosses and all that. I just never had that growing up. It was just me learning it on the fly and just like learning it in games and in practices. So that kind of like instilled a little bit more of like watching soccer and teaching myself through watching videos and understanding the goalkeeping position from just watching like pro goalkeepers and a whole bunch of different things like that. And then from there, I got scouted to go to OC Surf ECNL. That was at the time when like it was West Coast, and then it went to OC Surf for a little bit, and then it went like back to West Coast. So that like last year period of it was OC Surf. I was with Didier Crescenda, you know Didier?
Yeah.
So I was with Didier. It was a group, great team, honestly, great team. I was playing with Tyler, a kid named Jonka, like great team. And I went in literally I've never played out of the back before, like as a goalkeeper, just like all these different things they were throwing at me, like tactically and everything. I was just like, it was all new. And I decided to go forward. I ended up playing, like getting the starting spot, and I just finished out the season with them. And then come Orange County's preseason, Aaron Cervantes at the time was the goalkeeper there, but he actually left to do his U.S. national team camp, and they needed an extra goalkeeper, and luckily I was on Didier's team. And he called me up to go train with OC, and it was Abraham. Abraham was the other goalkeeper, and then Danny. You remember those two? No?
I think I know Danny.
Danny was there for a while. He was like the third string there for a while, and then Abraham, forgot his last name, but he was playing at LAFC and all that. Great goalkeeper, but I came in, dude, never being in a goalkeeping session before, like ever. And I got thrown in with like being in a pro goalkeeping session, dude. They were telling me like these words, like, dude, volley, smother, like set, all these words I like literally have never heard before. I was figuring them out in a pro style environment, and I was like it was like a little wake up call. But I mean, I tried my best. I held my own. The first 3 days were like super shaky for me, to the point where like I really wasn't probably gonna come back after those first 3 days, and it was like Friday came and it was like my last day to actually like kind of like prove something, and we played small sided and I ended up having like a really good small sided game. I took a shot to the face and like saved one, and then it was like a double save as well, and it was Cloutier at the time came up to me and like said, hey, like good job, and at the time I had like these cleats that had like whole bunch of holes in them, bro. My foot was like half outside the cleat and everything, and he was like, dude, like what's up with your cleats? And I was like, yeah, they're just like I can't get no cleats, like this is what I got. And he's like, you're at a pro style environment, you think you should have better cleats? And I was like yeah. But that was like my start with OCSC, and then
How old are you then?
I think it was 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was young, so I was like 16, but I was just a training keeper, and I was just there till Aaron came back, and when Aaron came back, that's when I like left. So it was like a 2-3 week period where I was there, and then the following year, that's when OC Surf turned into West Coast, and then Didier was still with OCSC with the first team at the time, and he called me back for the preseason again. So that was year 2 of going back. I was 17, and that preseason actually stayed through the beginning of preseason all the way through the summer until I came to high school. And then, I mean, they didn't tell me not to come, like to stop coming, so I was just coming in every week. I was doing the duties of like being that young player, pumping up the balls every morning, picking up all the equipment, taking it in, taking it out, all that stuff.
2018?
Dude, I don't know. When was I 17? It was my senior year. No, it was my junior year of high school. So that would be, I want to say 2019.
Oh, okay,
2019,
so after you.
2020.
Okay.
2019,
So
2020.
you guys had like
When was
grades.
When was COVID?
2020.
2020. So the year before that, 2019.
2019.
Yeah,
Okay,
2019.
so when you came in is when I left.
How was your experience there, dude?
It was cool, man. But like
Yeah?
it's exactly like I resonate a lot with what you were saying because like when I was 17 when I signed with them, and it was very random because like I was invited to do, well, one like Peña, who's here in the background, him and I and our goalkeeper at Slammers were invited to represent OCSC and play against Pat's
Academy.
the Pats Academy, the under-19s team.
Yeah.
We represented OCSC, like it was us from Slammers and then a bunch of West Coast guys, like Sergio was there as well, Strikers guys or whatever, all in one team. No training sessions prior or nothing, just get played in one game. And this was at the opening of the championship stadium. It just got like made. So they wanted to have like a whole like little like ceremony for it, and so they had that game. And in that game, I think is when it kind of like sparked some interest because I scored the first goal. I can say I scored the first goal at the championship stadium, to be honest. But so I scored the first goal. We ended up getting killed like 6-1, right, Miguel? Something like that. We got killed, but it was 1-0 at some point, and then they destroyed us. But even after then, that's when I got noticed from Pats. Pats was trying to recruit me right after that as well. And I think from there, that summer I got invited to a talent group. And in this like talent group, it was me and like 8-9 other players. And then we were just training every week, like 3 times a week, every week. And then week by week, the numbers started getting smaller and smaller. And then by a certain point, it was just like me and Matthew Hoppy.
Oh, yeah.
You know that guy?
Yeah.
It was just him and I, and we were now invited to go train with the pro team. And so now we're just training with the pro team, still not understanding what the hell is like happening. Like no one really gave us a rundown of what's going on. And then from there, like the Didier came up to both of us and he's like, yeah, we're thinking of signing the both of you.
Did you ever play with the PDL squad? Were you there when my first year was when the PDL squad was happening?
I trained like 1 week with them.
Okay. Was that the year you came on?
Uh-huh.
So the year you came on was when the PDL squad was like forming.
Yeah.
That was like the year I came on. That's when I came on and I started training with the PDL, and then from there they brought me up to the first team.
I don't even know his name, but this guy from Concordia signed with OCSC. He signed 1 year and then he stopped playing soccer.
Was it?
And he was on that PDL team.
Was it?
That is he young?
Concordia?
Who?
Well, he graduated from Concordia.
Was it No, it wasn't Elijah. It wasn't
No,
Eli.
no.
Because I remember Elijah was on the PDL team too.
It had to be before you got there, though.
Yeah.
Actually. Not thinking about it, but yeah.
Christian Ramirez.
No, this.
You
no,
went
not
to
him.
Concordia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was acting, he was at Concordia for a little bit.
When they were in AIA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, but basically, yeah, I'm like dragging out this question, but yeah, I like my experience was very similar to yours, where it was like this is my first time ever really being put in a pro environment, and yeah, I'm playing with grown men, dude. I'm 17, and there's a bunch of like late 20, 30-year-olds in there.
Dude, even some vets, dude. Like I remember playing with Robin Harry from the Rangers. Dude, yeah, the first shot I ever took was from Harry, and it was like from 6 yards out, and he just laces the crap out of the ball, and it hits me on the side of my face, and I literally go blind in my right eye. Like I can't see out of my right eye, my ear's ringing, and I'm like knocked, bro. But I mean, if I walk out, I'm gonna be looked at as like a little, you know what I mean? So I just had to like stay on, but I literally couldn't see out of my right eye for like the whole session. It was like terrible, dude. That was like my intro into getting in there.
You were like what 4 years in at playing actually like an actual goalkeeper?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years.
Bro, so
Yeah.
you were decent to be getting invited to those
Yeah,
type of environments, right?
like, dude. I mean, they had to have seen something. I
Right.
mean, I was pretty always confident with my feet, like playing, but dude, I just literally like watched a whole bunch of videos and tried to teach myself through that, and then just trained a whole bunch with some buddies, bro. That was it. That's all I had.
Do you believe that like every goalkeeper has something wrong with them?
Honestly, yeah, dude. I mean, I mean, you know me personally now. Like, I'm definitely not normal. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely think we're wired differently. I mean, we're the ones that get scored on, and if we make one little mistake, it's a goal, and then like we have to kind of like stay strong and like react to everything. And I mean, me personally, bro, I love getting hit super hard by a ball.
Yeah, see, there's something wrong
Like,
with that.
bro, like there's something there's something about just like getting hit from like 3 yards away on like a full on strike that like hurts but like feels good. I know, dude, it's weird, but I look forward to it, and I think it was like growing up, like just finding like kind of like a different way to like release energy. Like as we talked about, I did karate, so I was like fighting a lot. You know what I mean? As I got into soccer and I got into higher levels, like me feeling a shot and like feeling that pain, I was like oh, like I would get mad, but it was like a release of like that like feeling you get when you're like everything else around you is going on and you're going through stuff at home, and like you get on the field and you like, I bet it's like for you it's like scoring a goal, or like when you get like being able to be around kids, like coach them all, everything, like that feeling you get is just like almost like a release, dude. I don't know, it's always stuck like that for me. Yeah, but I do think we're wired differently, bro. Yeah, definitely.
No, I mean you go like this, you just spray white. I mean, I remember my question. So, and don't take offense, but you're not the tallest goalkeeper.
Hell no.
You're 6 foot? 5'11"?
No, 6 foot.
6 foot.
5'11". Yeah.
Bro, if I was 5'11", I would say 6 foot. Might as well. All right. So you're not the tallest goalkeeper. So you going into that, like, well, one, was there ever like insecurity, and then two, have you ever noticed it like kind of hold you back from opportunities?
Yeah.
And stuff?
I mean, when I got recruited, it wasn't really like an insecurity. I was just like, I've always been my height. But when I was at OC and it came to like the last 2 years, I was like recently, bro, like when I was I went back when I was a sophomore, and then last year, like I was like really wanting to like sign and like just be a 4-string keeper and just like play for them and like really just like just be a part of it. Because I was with them for the past 3 years and just nothing came out of it, and I was just like there and I was just like doing all the stuff, and it kind of got like not frustrating because it was such a great opportunity to be there, but I wanted to like feel like I was a part of the team in a way, and just like know that like I was a pro, like having a contract and everything. And then the coach started saying like, you're too small. Like, you're too small. We're not looking for a goalkeeper your size. Or they even told me you're too old, because like they were looking for the academy. They were looking for kids that are like 18 or like, no, not just like 16, 17. And I was like 20 or like 19. And they said, oh, you're too old. You're too small. And that was the first time in my life where I started actually thinking of myself as like, damn, I'm actually not, I'm not big. I'm actually small. But I've been this size, and I got recruited to play at my size. So it was weird at the time, thinking that I wanted to go and like pursue this pro thing, and then at the time like my brain goes, no, you're too small, you're too small, you're too small.
Oh.
And I mean, like seeing all the goalkeepers that are recruited at the D1 level, they're all 6 foot plus, you know what I
Right.
mean? So like it was hard not to compare myself to the big keepers or like to pro keepers or stuff like that, but I know my strengths and I know what works for me as a goalkeeper. I mean, my height, I just have to be positioned perfectly to make saves. And that's something I take a lot of pride in with myself and also coaching, because I mean, if you're 6'4", like you're blessed and you'll be able to like make a huge time, like big saves and like, but for like us smaller keepers, I have a lot of girls that I train that are like, dude, for like 5'4", 5'5", and they're tiny, bro. But like they're able to cover goal, and I feel like I can really relate to those smaller goalkeepers and give them good advice, because I've been through that like kind of like insecurity of, oh, you're too small, like you're not going to be able to go to the next level because of your height and everything. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, Kirsch told me one time, our coach, our college coach, he said, the thing that's holding you back, imagine like a bird flying with chains. And would that bird be able to go anywhere? No. And the thing that was holding me back, the chains that was on me, is me thinking I was too small. And until I cut that chain of me thinking that I'm not too small, I'll be able to fly and I'll be able to be the best goalkeeper I can be. So there was a point in time for like a year and a half, 2 years, where I was just thinking like I was too small, I'm not good enough, all this different type of stuff. And it was a weird time, dude. And it was like when I was getting into coaching and all that, and it was just a really, really weird time because I've never had it before. But I definitely think now it's like, it's just, I can't change my height.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God bless me with the height I'm at right now, and that's all I can do. So I just got to keep moving and kind of, I most likely won't be playing after the season. I'm going to be going into coaching like full time, and my goal is to be able to spread the knowledge I've had since I was playing and through my college career and being at OC and all this stuff, and really just help out the kids that like actually are going to go that way and want to play that route, and just give them as much advice as I can.
With that, when you work with these smaller goalkeepers and stuff, what is, and then I mean you touched on it a little bit, is like the positioning aspect of goalkeeping. Is that the only aspect of goalkeeping that will allow you to keep up with these bigger goalkeepers or allow you to stand out from them, or is there more to that?
I think, dude, footwork, communication, positioning, leadership. There's so many different roles that a goalkeeper plays on a field that, I mean, you could have a 6'4" goalkeeper but have shit footwork, be able to make saves in the air but can't get down to the ground. You know what I mean? Or can't distribute the ball. So there's all these different factors that come into becoming a great goalkeeper or being a great goalkeeper that people don't really see. I think one of like the thing I take most pride in is my communication and leadership on the field. Like that's a personality trait that a lot of goalkeepers need to develop to get to the next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might not even be a captain on the field or say you have the captain's armband. You might not even be that. But what a coaching staff expects you to do is be that voice in the back, because you see everything. You control where your back line goes, set pieces, all this different type of stuff. Like to develop that personality trait to be able to do all that different type of stuff and really just focus on being. There's a difference between being like obnoxiously loud and then being like demanding at the right time.
Yeah. And
that's something I was struggling with my freshman year and sophomore year in college, and then towards my junior year and now my senior year, I feel like I've kind of developed that leadership role of like saying stuff when it's needed or encouraging the team after we score a goal, because ultimately, like say I get scored on and my head goes down right away, everybody else is going to follow. So it's a personality trait. I think it's personality, footwork, all these different type of aspects that make a good goalkeeper different. It's just what you have in your trait bag.
what percentage do you work with your goalkeepers on actual like ball handling, like actual saving and ball control, like
With the feet?
Yeah.
So how we kind of design our goalkeeping sessions is all about game realistic situations. So if you have a private with someone, there's only so much game realistic situations you can do.
Yeah.
But we kind of base the first 10, 15 minutes off of just athletic warm-up. So getting the legs moving, the nervous system pumping, hand-eyes getting coordinated with movements and all that. And then from there, we take those movements that we were working on within the warm-up and apply them into kind of like a more you're in goal, reacting to certain situations, colors, reactions, commands. So like no shot, no cross, drop back.
Yeah.
So we add verbal cues into the session for it to be more realistic like a game. Because I found that you can have a goalkeeping group come in and they can all have a long day at school and they're all dead tired. And when they get into the session, now they're just sluggish.
Yeah.
There's no energy. It's just like a flat line of energy. But when you get them talking, when you get them saying, no shot, keeper, step, no cross, all this different type of stuff, it turns on this like this switch in their brain where like, oh, I'm in a game.
Yeah.
Or like I'm actually like energy's coming up.
Yeah.
And then we encourage community within the sessions too. Like if someone makes a big time save, like get them up, like say great job, like goalkeepers are a really, really tight knit community because no one understands what we're going through besides the goalkeeping. Like we call it GKU, you know what I mean? The whole weirdos and everything. So we just encourage community and just game realistic movements, dude. So like cutbacks, shots from outside the box, crossing, like different situations that could always happen into a game. We try and replicate that through breaking down the situation in a specific movements. Yeah, so that's like how we structure it.
But when you have, if you work with younger goalkeepers, let's say.
Like beginners?
Yeah. Or let's just say under the age of 12, like 12 and under.
Yeah.
Do you recommend, like, to them and their parents that they play, like, because I imagine that you playing striker, midfielder helped you because now you're just learning the goalkeeper movements, but the ball at your feet is comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? Someone, I would imagine a kid jumping into goal is more comfortable with their hands, with the ball in their hands and their feet. With young kids, do you recommend that or young goalkeepers, do you recommend that they play on the field a little bit?
100%, yeah. I mean, with this day and age and how parents are now in like Orange County, I mean, if their kid's a goalkeeper, they're going to go all in goalkeeper and you're going to be a goalkeeper for the rest of your life and you're going to do all this. You're not even going to look at being a midfielder. You're just going to be a goalkeeper. So there's different parents and it's about how you approach the parents and kind of like, I mean, ultimately it's a business at the end of the day. So you got to like please the parents, but in the long run, like if I have a goalkeeper that's half goalkeeper, half striker, I tell the parents do that for as long as possible. Because the number one thing you want the kid to do is just continue to have fun.
Right.
I feel like if you're a goalkeeper at a young age, you're going to stop having fun early. I mean, I hated going in goal when I was younger, and I just wanted to be on the field. So I always just tell the parents, like, if you're younger and if you're, like, just having fun and doing you, like, continue doing you. We're going to build the foundation of you being a goalkeeper because, number one, that 12 years old to, like, younger, you're not going to be a Manuel Neuer jumping up, doing top corner saves and everything. We're just building the foundation, how you catch a ball, how you set, different movements and all that. And then on top of that, we're working on your feet too. So, I mean, if they're playing on the field and in goal, I would support that 100% for as long as possible. If they're already a goalkeeper, then we'll develop you as a goalkeeper, but we're going to be doing a lot of footwork as well because the modern day goalkeeper has to be as good as anybody else on the field with their feet. Yeah. So that's like developed at a really young age if it's possible.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way we're playing at Concordia now, or at least the way we try to play, if you weren't good with the ball at your feet, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. I mean, that's with like any top program now.
Yeah,
or any dude, even coaches on like a younger, like a youth level, like they want to play like that too.
We do that.
How do you want to play with your team?
Yeah,
and like what's your kind of tactics going into like when you're coaching your own team? Like what do you look for in a goalkeeper or even like kids at your age?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
what's the year you coach?
Well, we coach 2010, so they're 14, and that should be the age when you start getting comfortable, being able to build out and being comfortable with the ball on your feet. So. Yeah, that should be the when you start to be able to play. In order for you to like once you get into your senior year and start getting looked at recruits, that's what they're gonna ultimately look for. Especially how you explain the goalkeeper role nowadays. So yeah.
Like our goalkeeper on our team, Elias, he's big time. He's good. He when on our build out, we have him be like we play with 3 in the back, but on like goal kicks or build out, he's like another center back.
Yeah.
So we play with like 4 in the back with him with no goalie. pretty
That's
much.
awesome.
So he's like, and
He's good.
Yeah.
like we've had him jump into sessions like just possession, or even just like throw him on the field just to play, bro. I'm like there's
Dude, it's
a
so
little bit of
crazy,
me
bro.
is like, bro, I'm about to put you as like our center mid or something. Yeah, he's sick. Yeah,
There's
awesome.
goalkeepers that are sometimes are just better than some of the players on the field, and you're just like, what?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird natural talent that a lot of that I've noticed like a lot of players possess. More and more now that I'm coaching more.
Say you're scouting for your team. What are you looking for within a player to come on and be able to play at your team at a youth level? Like, say you're looking at players come in, they're training, and they're doing all this different type of stuff. What are you looking for within a player that comes into your training session, and you're like, I want this kid to join my team?
Well, we have 2 teams, so we have a flight 1 and a flight 2, so A and B team, right? You can answer this separately, but for me, what I look for, I'm open arms to anybody.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to, if you aren't at the level, and you're clearly not at the level, I still want you to be a part of my team because I feel like we can bring you
Yeah,
up
we
to
don't
that
expect them to come in as like a baller. Like we expect to be able to develop them
That's
into
awesome.
becoming that. So
level. Yeah, so we, that's why we have 2 teams at the same age, like 2 2010 teams. And if we had more availability and stuff, we probably would do that with more age groups. But I think that to me is cool because you see guys like players who they get to see both, and we're very transparent. We're very blunt about everything. It's like you're not on this team because you're lacking these qualities, and it's as simple as that. And you see it in them, and as a player, it's your responsibility to be self-aware. You need to recognize that, and it's not like we're making it clear so that we can help you get there. We're not expecting you to be like, yeah, you go work on your own, and I expect you in the next month or 2 to be at that level. No, we're here to help you and guide you and set you up. So I think sometimes there's coaches who want a polished player already to recruit onto their team. And I understand if you're at like a higher level, academy level and stuff like that, like if you're at like a LAFC, Galaxy, I get it at that point. But at this level, at this youth level, like I think for us coaches, we can't be picky. We have to, if you want to be part, like what I look for really is you wanting to be part of my team.
yeah,
And you want to be, and you're coachable, and you want to learn, and you have that desire to get better. Like that, those are the players that we look for sure. And we've gotten, our team, we've only been at this, this is our 2nd year.
with this age group, yeah.
With this group, and we have 2 teams now. And when we started, we only had 12 players rostered. And it was we were polling, trying to get players to sign with us and stuff. And we still ended up winning league. And then now we're making big pushes with that group.
The one thing that I've noticed when it comes to goalkeepers in high school, because I'm coaching at the high school, they're so quiet, and we try to get them out of the comfort zone, like be able to communicate, be able to guide your defenders and stuff. But I don't know, it's either they lack the knowledge of how to do it, or they just don't have the confidence to do so.
I definitely think it's a personality trait.
Yeah, for sure.
For some kids.
Okay, so how do you? Because I imagine it's difficult, right? Because you're playing, especially if you played one position your entire life and you haven't had the proper the proper coach to really explain to you all positions. Like Yossi at UCI, he made it very clear you're not a forward, you're not a winger, you're a soccer player. You need to know everything, or at least
That's good.
know the important parts of every position.
Like the
right?
IQ of it.
Yeah. And as a goalkeeper, especially one who has never really stepped onto the field and has just been in goal, I can imagine a few of them, even they might be loud naturally, but they have that insecurity to really instruct because they don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's why I make it very clear to Elias, our goalkeeper, is that whenever we're going through this tactical stuff, you better be turned on and listening, because you need to now repeat and guide them when you see these moments. You need to know this as much as they do. How do you teach that?
Within our sessions?
Yeah.
Dude, I think film is huge.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most important parts of being any position on the field. I think so. But if you're able to analyze film, not only just your mistakes or what you've done, like, dude, I have kids watch film and they only look at their saves or like what they did good. You know what I mean? They don't go and they look at what they did bad or like what they could have done better in this situation, because that's where you ultimately learn. For me, like, when I was in the back and I was like just learning, like, dude, my freshman year, I still didn't even know like formations and like all this different type of stuff. Like I watched the game, but I've never heard a coach tell me like, this is what we do, like this is what it's called, half channel, all this different type of stuff. I was like, damn, like I'm freaking learning a lot, and especially being with OCSC too, like I didn't understand anything. So, dude, everything is at our fingertips. You can go on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and just search up any questions you have regarding about the game. And it will be right there. It's just the ambition to want to learn. And that's what I had. I had the ambition to learn, and I just started watching videos. And then from there, that's where my knowledge came. When I'm coaching my kids, we do we watch their games and stuff like that. We take notes on what they do. But, I mean, I can't control if you want to learn more about the game. It's a you thing. So if you want to learn more about the game, you show me that you want to learn more. You do your own work. And you show me that you've done it, and I'll happily be able to want to help you more. But if I'm having a kid come up to me and like, oh, I don't understand this, this, and that, have you watched your film? No. All right. How can I help you? You know what I mean? It's that simple. So I think it's up to them, dude. Everything's at our fingertips. Like, for business, for life advice, for becoming a better soccer player, everything is there to learn. And people don't take advantage of it. People would rather be on TikTok scrolling and doing all this different type of stuff, especially with kids playing video games or anything. Like, you want to be a pro, your life is invested to becoming a pro player.
When you think that age, what age should that start? Like that, your mentality to like,
that mentality?
If I want to start going, if I want to play pro.
If they know they want to play pro, it starts then.
It starts then, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know I wanted to play pro when I was younger, but then when I got into high school, I got distracted.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got distracted with going out with friends, especially the area I was at, dude. I got so distracted. And I think those were the years where I could have really excelled in my game, but I let the distractions take over my life and really just turn me into a separate direction. Thankfully, I got recruited to go to college, and my life kind of took a twist when I separated away from those people and I got into a different crowd. But, I mean, if you know you want to be a pro, and at that, like, say you're 12, you should start investing in your mind, number one, learning about discipline, number two, time organization. Like, when you're in school, I have kids be like, oh, I'll go to school, I just chill for the whole day, I go to training, and then I'll do homework at night. And there's 24 hours in a day. You can get so much stuff done in a day. You sleep for like 8 of those hours. It's all about how you organize your time. And if you want to become a pro, your life is what you eat, how much you sleep, when you train, all these different type of things, who you hang out with. It's such like an important thing for kids to learn, but they'd rather do different stuff. And I always tell the kids I work with, like, if you need anything, like literally if you're in high school and you have these distractions coming at you, let me know. Because I was in your shoes literally like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was doing the things you're going to be looking at like right now. So if you need anything, let me know. And I'm always like an open book with them, because I feel if I'm able to share what I did wrong with them, they'll be able to learn and be like, oh, damn, like, I'm so thankful I have him because now I know not to do that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Not only that, I think they see it as like, oh, he understands me. Like
100%. That personal relationship with them.
Yeah.
I think that's huge within coaching.
For sure.
Because, I mean, they might have parent problems at home. You know what I mean? They might not feel comfortable to go up and tell their parents something that they feel that's going on. And we're really that other source as a coach to be able to be there for the kids and just like be their comfort zone. You know what I mean? I want them to step into my environment and know, like, we're going to have fun, but if anything's going on, you can really just come out and like just let me know anything that's going on, because it's so important. So important.
Did you have an Andre growing up?
No. Yeah, I definitely didn't have an Andre growing up.
Is that what's motivating you to now do this?
Yeah, I definitely feel like if I had, I didn't have the resources to be able to have a private trainer or anything.
Not even just a private trainer, but just like a coach that stands out.
Coach that stands out.
That like was very much like open arms to you, and like, I mean, if
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
I really don't think I did.
And that's what I think. It's like it is like what makes or not necessarily makes or breaks players, but is definitely a player that's on the edge of breaking can then make them if they have that support system.
Yeah.
Especially from somebody who they can look up to, you know. I mean, that's ultimately why we even started this stuff, because we wanted to be that. We want to be that support system. We want to be like that place where we provide the resources for players to actually, you know, fulfill their full potential. But I wanted to go back to where we're like how you ended up here. I mean, so after the OCSC stuff, so I'm kind of backtracking now. How did you get to Concordia, or why did you pick Concordia? Were there any other offers? How did you go about that?
Yeah, dude, I had no offers. I was just working every day. I had a sign on my bedroom door that said, just get an offer. It said, get a D1 offer. Wow. And then it became like...
Get an offer.
Give
me something.
It was like get D1 offer. And then come senior year, that sign comes down and I put, get an offer.
Yeah.
And it came down, dude, it was like... I want to say like April of my senior year, and Chris Gould at the time, he was the head coach at Concordia. He just ended up coming out to a couple sessions, bro. I was literally working my tail off. I was just working every single day, training just on my own with the team, doing all this different type of stuff, and I was with Neil Armour. Do you know Neil? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Neil Armour was on the pod. No? Oh, that's sick. He's awesome, dude. Neil Armour. I was with Neil Armour, Brian Phillips, and we were doing this gym work at the CrossFit with a guy named Justin, and Chris Gould was really connected with them. I didn't even know they were recruiting me, honestly. He just came to some of the trainings, talked to a couple people, came to a game, and then he hit me up. And I was like, dude, this is the first coach that's ever hit me up, like, ever. Mm-hmm. And I've been like, dude, it's just like I needed it at that time because I had nothing, and I needed a scholarship to go to school because I wasn't going to be able to afford to go anywhere. And thankfully, Concordia just hit me up and they said, yeah, come out for a training. It was their last like training for me to come out to.
This is crazy because I didn't know this until they told me. But in D2, you can actually have players come out to try out. Like you can have high schoolers come and join the session.
Mm-hmm.
When?
Like high school,
in the
right?
spring, yeah. In the spring. In the spring.
Like you can't do that in D1. So I had no clue, and then they were telling me all these stories. Like, yeah, we had this one recruit come out and train with us, and then he didn't show up ever again. I'm like, what?
You have to get invited.
Yeah, you have to get invited. Yeah.
That's actually like it's pretty cool that.
So I got invited. I didn't think I did that good, honestly, but I mean, they gave me the offer, and it was what I was like needing. And hands down, I took it right away. And then fast forward, my first game, it was at Cal Poly Pomona, and I just came into the game thinking, I'm not gonna play. There's a senior goalkeeper, and there was a sophomore goalkeeper, and then there was me. So I was like, I'm just coming in. Like I worked all I know is hard work. So I worked my tail off during the double days, and it comes up to Cal Poly Pomona, like, dude, like a stadium, like, not really a stadium, but, like, people can sit in the stands, and it looked like there was a lot of people there. It was, like, their home opener, and he calls my name to start, and my heart just, like, dude, just dropped. I was like, holy crap. Like,
were you having, like, good sessions leading up to it, or what was it?
Dude, I was just working hard. Yeah. I honestly don't remember about the sessions. I was just really, like, I treated every session like if it was a game, because me thinking coming in as a freshman I wasn't going to play, I just treated every single session I came in as like, all right, this is my game, and I just got to perform every single time. So, yeah, bro, I get called in, and, dude, get called up. First 10 minutes, shot off the crossbar, shot over. And I'm like, this is crazy, bro. Yeah. And I just remember the first save I have, guys driving down the left side, cuts inside of the foot whipper, far post, and I make a top hand save. And that was like my first collegiate like save. And I was like, I'm in it. And then Miguel was there. Alex Perez was there. Alex Perez gave me like a high five. He had his bleached hair and everything back in the day. He dabbed me up and he was like, good job. And then I ended up having 11 saves that game, and we won 3-2. And then I ended up starting the rest of the season. And Yeah, dude, that was like
wow.
my intro into becoming a college player. But that game, the senior goalkeeper left, and
Like, because of that game, or?
I don't know, he just left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and from there, like I didn't really have a senior goalkeeper to like or an older goalkeeper to lead me and tell me how to kind of manage this college game, and it was just me figuring it out on my own. And I was a super emotional guy. I would yell at the refs. I'd try and go out and like take down people and everything. And yeah, over time, like as I've grown through the program, it's kind of really develops you into like learning more about like how to control your emotions and everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've gotten a lot better through that. But yeah, it was a crazy start.
Well, now hearing your story a little bit more, it makes sense why you're doing what you're doing. Like because like you've said it probably like 6 times now. You figured it out on your own. Like I had to figure it out somewhere, like somehow figure it out. So it makes sense now that you want to be that senior goalkeeper that you didn't have freshman year, or that mentor you didn't have in club soccer. Like it makes sense now that this is ultimately where your journey has kind of led you to, which I think is sick. I think it's cool that you aren't kind of going about it in like a bitter way. You're going about it like, no, I want to be what I wish I had kind of thing.
100%.
That's us too.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like people that grow up in like our shoes and like we just want to like give back. You know what I mean? Because we know it could have helped us out when we were younger, like so much more, and being able to provide that to like the next generation of them not even knowing what they're going to be going through or like
that's a tough part because you try to tell them, or like this is for me because I'm with the high school guys, you know, they're distracted and stuff. I try to tell them advice and try to give them like, look, this is going to help you ultimately, like treat yourself like a pro, this and that. And it goes one year out to the other, and next year, you know, they graduate and they're like, damn, like.
But I mean, that's the reason why. What is it, like 5% of high schoolers play collegiately, 0.01% play professionally, because not everybody can really understand it at a young age or really take in that advice or that kind of thing. So it's ultimately like for me, like I've experienced that with a lot of players where you could tell they're not really taking in what I'm saying. Is like I have to remind myself not to get discouraged, because there's going to be that one player who is going to take like what I say to heart and actually end up doing really well with him. But that is ultimately the reason
100%.
why. Well, not the only reason. I mean, talent and stuff, kind of opportunities and all that stuff kind of. But that's a reason for it. At what point did AFC become an idea for you to start?
Dude, yeah. Well, going out of high school, I got a job as a like gymnastics coach. I just needed a job. Yeah, I just needed a job. Yeah, I just needed a job. So I became a gymnastics coach. I was always good with kids. I was there for like a year and a half, 2 years, just like doing like slave work, bro. Like, bro, like I mean, it taught me how to manage kids, how to have structures within sessions and everything. Like, I really like thank that for being really good with the little ones that I have. But yeah, bro, I was like, I've never did gymnastics before in my life. Like, why am I doing this? I had a website that I made for like recruiting that I had like all my bio stuff and like highlight videos on like GoDaddy. And I was sending that out to colleges during my recruiting process. And I just turned that into kind of like a private training, like coaching thing. My dad's a business owner. So he was like, hey, dude, you gotta be a coach. You gotta be a coach. You gotta be a coach. And I was like, whatever. Like, I'll do it later. And then I was just like, damn, like I could actually do it. So I ended up just quitting the job and then just said, I'm going to go all in. And it took me like a year to really get the ball rolling. But once the ball started rolling, I mean, word of mouth went everywhere. Yeah. I went from like one client in like 6 months to like the next 6 months, I had like 27 sessions a week.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Bro, in like that 6 months of just word of mouth. And I did that in college during season, and then in school for like 2 years. So like when I started when I was a freshman. Sophomore year was when I really started to like kind of call it AFC and like actually like think it was like a growing business. My junior year was like I brought on a coach, and now it's like actually running, and it's like, oh dude, we have like close to like 45 sessions a week with like me and like one other coach. And then now senior year we have we're just bringing on another one, so we're at 4 coaches now.
Nice.
No,
And thankfully, because of these, like, the coaches that I brought on, like Antonio and Matias and Sebi, like, thankfully for them, like, I'm able to focus full on into this season.
Yeah.
And I've never been able to focus on just soccer and school for a whole season since I've been in college.
Yeah.
So I'm super, super blessed for them, but, like, I feel like I've worked my way to be able to really focus in on this season, these past couple years. But, dude, yeah, I mean, it was a grind, bro. It was like waking up at 6 a.m. for a 7:30 class, being at school till 4 p.m., and then being on the field from 5 to 10, and then getting home at like 11:30 and repeating that Monday through Friday with games every single day. Like, bro, it was like I know you guys know, like, after a long day and you sit in your car and you just like turn on the car and you're just like,
Dude, I find myself
you just sink, bro, and you're just like, damn, like your legs feel shot, and then you like get home, you lay down on the floor, and next thing you know, you wake up at like 6 a.m. and you gotta do it again. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's been a journey, dude. It's taught me a lot about like myself and like time management. Like, really, just like it's not about like, it never started off like I wanted to grow a business. It started off on like me wanting to impact as many kids as I could.
Right.
And dude, I've met some amazing kids, and I'm like a brother to a lot of the kids, and I'm super blessed to just be in their lives, and then for them to just grow, dude, and seeing these boys that I've had for like the past 4 years, and now they're hitting puberty and they're like my height. I had the kid come to my game, and I'm like, dude, like, when were you my height?
Yeah.
And I'm just like pissed because I'm still small and this kid's shooting up, bro. And yeah, dude, it's crazy, but that's kind of like how it started and everything. Yeah.
Once you start looking up at your player, then you're just like, all right, dude, I don't think I'm anymore, dude.
Bro, I have a player that's 6'4", dude.
Wow.
And I look at him, he's 16, and bro, monster keeper. He plays for Matt Hansen, Pats. Dude, this kid's gonna be insane. This kid's gonna be one of the top goalkeepers.
6'4", yeah.
Bro, yeah. But he's I like literally have to look up to him, and I take a picture with him. I'm on my tippy toes. I make myself stand on the stairs so I'm like taller than him. Yeah, dude. But yeah.
After this season, is the idea to go all in on AFC? I mean, more so than you've already have.
Yeah. After the season, I'm just trying to soak it all in. Of course, dude, we're trying to win everything, and like just like enjoy, dude. I'm like sad to think that like I won't be with a group of brothers, bro. Like, it's so hard for me to think that like I'll be done playing after the season. But like I am gonna be going full in on like growing this into like as much as I can. And I mean, I have a lot of plans with it. Thankfully I have Antonio. He's like helped me out a lot since I've been gone and everything, and we're just planning on growing it as much as we can, impacting as many kids as we can, developing good kids. That's our goal, developing just good kids.
Yeah.
And giving them the solid foundation to just pursue anything they want in soccer, in life, in school, and just giving them that like mentorship that kids need at that age, because especially in the area I'm in, dude, there's like a lot of privileged kids, and then in that area, when you have a lot of privileged kids, there's also the other kids that are just struggling to get through that area.
Yeah.
And it's like a weird mix, but I was one of the kids that wasn't as privileged as the other one, but I saw what everybody had. And it was a weird thing of seeing everything and like wanting it, but not having it. And I really like understand those kids. And I coach at Laguna United. I'm the older goalkeeper coach there.
Oh, nice.
And I just see myself in those kids, and like I know who they are, and dude, it's just awesome to build this community of goalkeepers, and they look forward to coming every Wednesday, and we're a big group, and we're just having a good time. And dude, it's just really, coaching's going to be like a part of my life I'm planning like for the rest of my life, and just seeing what I can do with it, and how many kids can be impacted and go to college or just chase their own career dreams. That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Do you have any aspiration to be a collegiate coach?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would love to be like a goalkeeper coach.
You wouldn't think to be a head coach?
Nah.
No?
Yeah. I think there's going to be one point in time where I will want to have my own team. But for right now, I really think I'm gifted within the individual side of things, the small group side of things, and in session planning and all that. And I just like really creating, I feel like with a team, I don't know about you, I've never had a team, but I feel like it's hard to touch every single kid
For
the
sure.
same way you can touch in an individual session
Yeah.
that kid. And for me, I just want to make sure every kid I touch has like they have all of me. I feel like I wouldn't be able to spread myself out between a group of like 18 kids. I feel like I personally wouldn't with all I have on my hands. So unless I'm able to and I have the time to, I definitely will. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would be like, I'd be lying if I said I'm like impacting every kid on our team, the same. Like, cause it's hard. You do spread yourself thin, even with us two working together. There's two of us, and we have two teams that we manage. We definitely try to. I think if anything, if any of you guys are listening, or even any players listening, and you feel like you aren't getting as much attention that you want, I highly encourage you to be the one to go and speak to like your coach. Like, we have a lot of the same players come up to me and be like, Coach, like, how can I get better? What can I do to do this? What can I do? Like, it's the same players, and it's always the same players who don't. And those players who are like, we try to reach out to those who don't come to us, but it's naturally.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do, but naturally, as a person, like, if somebody is showing that they care as much, like if they care so much about their own development, like, you naturally want to help that person in their development. But if you see someone who, and maybe it's not that they don't care about the development, but it kind of feels that or looks that way because you aren't kind of doing what you need to do, or like reaching out and stuff like that, then it's harder for me to like reach out as often. But yeah, I would say, like, my advice to any players is listening is like, reach out, and like, if you feel like you aren't getting the attention you need, or you have any questions, you have like, be the one to initiate that, because a coach gets spread thin with that many players.
I always say the first thing you should do whenever you get to a session is always shake the coach's hand.
For sure.
Yeah.
And whenever you leave the session is always shake the coach's hand and tell him thank you. No matter if it was like a terrible session or he just chewed you out, you go up to him, you look him in the eyes, and you always say thank you.
For sure.
And that's I think that's a big thing, because then they see your face, like, you're able to just like they know you're thankful for it, and you're showing up and you're giving thanks for like them taking their time out of their day to be there.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. But I have a question for you. How is it like working as brothers together? You guys butt heads a lot,
awesome.
or
No, it's opposite.
no? Really? No
We're on
way.
the same page.
Are you guys like opposites, or kind of like the same person?
I don't know.
We're different.
Yeah.
We're not opposites, but we're different. So, I guess if you were to ask one of like parents on our team, whenever he yells and kind of goes crazy, it's like, to them it's a shock.
No.
Yes.
In games?
Well, yeah.
Well, it's because whenever you're not there, I'm crazy, bro.
Yeah. Well, when I am there,
I went 2 cards this season. We're like 5 games in.
This guy, bro. Whenever I'm not there, because sometimes like I can't be at a game and he's there by himself. He always tells me how the game goes, and always for some reason forgets to tell me he got a yellow card. I always hear it from somebody else. I'm like, bro, stop getting yellow cards. But no, I mean, the thing is, we have the same goals for our players, the same kind of, and then like when it comes to actual coaching, like, it's very much we know our strengths and weaknesses, and we kind of work off that with each other. And just we're very transparent with each other. Like,
transparent, open-minded, like.
Yeah. Like, we don't hold an ego. Either of us hold an ego where it's like, you're wrong, I'm right 100% of the time. It's like, no, it's like, all right, let me hear you out, because I don't see it. And then
Has it always been like that growing up?
I don't know.
I mean, growing up, like, our history is like it was like a very, in my mind, a very specific point in our lives where we were like, oh, we got really close. And then before that, we were like, we weren't necessarily really close. I was more of like that annoying little brother to him. And then,
what's the age gap?
5 years?
5 years?
And then he hit a point where he was in high school and he was just an asshole. And I, like, he's my older brother, you know, I looked up to him and shit, and he was a dick. And then that point of where it turned is when he realized that he was being a dick, and then then we became best
I
friends.
matured a little, then I was like, all right,
Yeah.
he's cool.
And then ever since then, yeah, we know how to work with each other.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
That's awesome.
It's always a good time though.
Yeah.
Training.
Were you guys training a lot when you guys were kids?
No.
With each
Dude.
other or no?
well, yeah,
We played a lot.
we played, never
Not
trained,
training.
played.
And if we did train, it was shooting.
But I was gonna
Classic, huh?
I was gonna say, dude, at a certain point in my growing up, I was like considering being a goalkeeper.
No way.
You remember I would throw myself in goal all the time?
Bro, on the concrete, in the cement, like.
I would just every time I would jump,
Just
like,
say like,
I would just scream,
Ochoa,
"Ochoa."
you know, Ochoa, yeah.
I'm dead, dude.
Dude,
That's funny.
I swear for like a good year or two, I was like considering like, dude, I want to do this. And I remember hopping in goal in Sunday League and stuff. I got cracked so hard when I slid. And I was like, yeah, never again.
Good.
My Mohawk era, yeah.
No way. You got to pull up a picture of the Mohawk
No,
era,
no,
dude,
no.
for that.
Actually,
That's got to be up in there.
Did I have it? Probably, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. But, yeah, what are your, and then we can wrap it up with this question, unless you have something. What are your plans with AFC? Like near future plans,
Yeah.
big plans?
I mean, the biggest plan, like 5 years from now, is to have my own facility in
Yeah, that's the goal.
like southern Orange County.
Mm.
Like have a whole turf field, a whole building, gym, physical therapist, ice bath, this whole
Yeah.
recovery place, smoothie, everything, dude. Just like a whole facility where it feels like you're going to school. You know what I mean? But it's like soccer school.
Yeah.
And it's not like just a random field, like a park or anything. Like
Right.
it's a turf field with the logos around it and just like doing that, dude. Like that's the ultimate dream. And just continuing to grow it. I think it'll come naturally. I don't
Yeah.
gotta force it, just like how it's grown on its own. Like everything will come if you put the work in, if you're constantly doing it, like you give, you'll get.
Yeah.
So right now it's just giving in, and hopefully one day I'll get. There's definitely plans like within the roads, like a certain amount of coaches that I want, and all this different type of stuff. But ultimately, dude, it's just making sure the foundation kids we have right now, the older ones that are in high school and into their senior year, junior year, get to where they want to go within their goals and everything. Making sure they get to college and they have the right advice once they get into those spaces for our youngers to just continue growing and having their individual aspects and just finding themselves out as a person and a player as they grow, and just focusing on this foundation group that we have that have just trusted us with their kids and just helping them reach their highest potential, no matter if it's on or off the field. That's the ultimate goal. But definitely 5-10 years from now, a whole facility would be an absolute dream. Yeah.
And tell everybody where they can find you if there's any players looking to get some private training.
Yeah, of course. You can find us at afsoccer.club on Instagram and TikTok. And then, through there you can DM us, email us, and then we'll be able to get you out in training. Goalkeepers, field players, anything you need, go ahead, hit us up. We have a lot of content we put out as well, the reels, like little mini like skits and everything like that. We try and have a lot of fun with our stuff. But out there.
What's the primary location?
Southern Orange County. We also have Costa Mesa as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So like Lake Forest area, Ladera Ranch, San Juan Capistrano, and then we have a coach that goes in Costa Mesa, Newport area. Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have anything?
No, I think I'm good.
Cool, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, dude. That was so fun. Yeah, I appreciate it. Happy to get to know you guys a little bit more. I know we just became teammates right now, but I know we met like last year. We said, dude, let's do a podcast together, and you came on in the summer, and I was like, all right, bet, like, dude, I'm gonna like really get to know this guy. And I feel like we've really gotten to know each other a little bit more on a deeper level, like just talking and stuff like that, and in the CAF and stuff like that. So. Yeah, dude, I feel like open conversation really just helps us like get to know people on a deeper level. And I feel like that isn't really like looked at these days. Is like having an open conversation, sitting down with someone and just talking.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially for me with like such a fast type of lifestyle we all have, like working all the time or something, like you're like, damn, like having to talk to someone, I want to go home and like just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, I appreciate it. Like thank you guys so much. This is an awesome thing
bro.
you guys are doing. Appreciate it.
Of course. No, and we respect everything you're doing as well.
Appreciate it.
Collab one day.
Yeah, dude,
definitely.
let's do a freaking camp, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so down. let's do a camp. We'll get a goalkeeper striker camp.
For sure.
And dude, yeah.
Let's do
AFC Glovis camps. We have one every month. We're having one October 27th, and then November is at the end of the month. If you guys want to bring a little bit of strikers at the end,
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Let's make it happen.
Actually.
Yeah,
For sure.
it'll be
Let's talk
fun.
about
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. I need to do this in the start of the podcast. I always forget. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at withoutadoubt_athletics. You can follow me on Instagram at Rafael Espinoza.x and
Miguel Espinoza.x.
And Andre, you want to plug your own?
Yeah, Dre.Flores.
.x. I'm kidding. Thanks for watching, guys.